Welcome in, everybody. I'm super excited to be with you virtually. My name is Brett Gornick. I will be leading you through an amazing yoga flow. I'm a Nike trainer based out of Chicago as well as a run coach. And Jason is on the mat. Jason Lobig, a Nike run coach and trainer based out of Chicago. Last year, we were with a lot of you guys on the 50-yard line of the Texas Stadium, which was incredible. And this year we are here virtually, which we are equally as excited about. And as we're starting this stream, we just want everybody to get to their mat, find a nice, comfortable position. And we're really excited to be a part of this Longhorn Run 2020. This is a yoga that will be geared towards you, getting your body moving. Super awesome for runners, as well as anybody that has been inside or just needs a little bit of a stretch. So you've got your yoga mat ready to rock. Jason is excited and ready to lead you guys through the movements. Before we get started, if you have to modify anything, please do. And we're really excited and ready to put you guys through an amazing yoga sequence. And we're gonna get started in child's pose. So we'll find toes touch, knees wide, arms long and in front. And right now, I just want you to settle into your space. So letting your knees go wide, your toes touch, your arms reach out long in front. And when we start yoga, we start by focusing on the breath. We take a big breath in, and then a big breath out. And you just find ease in the breath. You find your inhale connecting to your exhale. Now, yoga is a breath practice with movement revolving around the breath. So at any point that your mind starts to wander or you over-focus on the movement, we invite you to come back to the sensation you're feeling right now. Sensation of stillness, of focus, and of the inhale, and of the exhale. We'll take 3 breaths here together. In through the nose, out through the mouth, just warming up the system and just feeling the expansion of your lungs as you take inhales and exhales. Start with a big breath in, and then a big breath out. Inhale, fill your belly up. Exhale, let it all go. Big breath in, and a big breath out. Remaining in this child's pose, I want you to just walk your fingertips over to the left side. So your one hand will go off your mat, your other hand will reach right to the edge. You just start to feel a stretch across the right side of your body. Now, I just need this stretch to be light and easy. And I want you to just start to breathe into the stretch. So wherever you feel the sensation, just feel your breath right there. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Big breath in. Connect to that exhale. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. And then just let your hands slowly walk over to the other side. 1 hand off the mat, the other hand's right on the edge, and you're just feeling your hips, your side body, your lat, your QL just open up. And you find just ease in that. You find length, and you find breath. And we might notice here that one side is a little more stiff than the other. And all we do is just notice that and return back to the breath without any judgment. It's just an inhale and an exhale. One more big breath in. Find that expansion through your rib cage. Open up as you inhale. And then exhale it out. Slowly walk those hands back to the center. We'll take one more breath right here as the hips and the arms and the back opens up. Inhale, fill up. And on that exhale, shift your body weight forward so that your shoulders are over your wrists, your hips are over your knees. And all I want you to do right here for the first time today is just play around with your body. We know a lot of runners are tuning in, and we're very dialed in on the mechanics of the run, where we're striking our foot, how our arms are moving. Jason and I are both very active runners. During this time, I just want you to feel the rest of your body. You can notice Jason making circles around. You can flip your hands or your wrists. This is a time to just play. A time to feel the inhale and feel the exhale. As we come back to neutral, we're going to start to flow through a cat and cow. And on your inhale, I want you to just let your head rise up as your lower back dips. And on your exhale, tuck everything back in around your spine. Inhale, look up, spread the collarbones apart. Exhale, tuck everything back in around your back. We'll take one more of these together. Inhale, look up, let that chest dip down. And on that exhale, tuck the chin into the chest, round your back, tuck your pelvis under. Now take a few rounds at your own pace here. And I invite you to take time in these postures. If it feels really good to round your back, round your back. If it feels really good to hang out in cow pose and move left and right, then do that. We've got another 2 to 3 breaths right here, so make sure that you even out your sides. And we return back to neutral. In this neutral position, I want you to curl your toes under, take a big expansive inhale. And then on that exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. This is kind of like our second time here to just play. And I want you to just bend one knee and then the other. Lengthen out your legs, your back, your wrists. As runners, we put a lot of taxation on our hamstrings and our calves and our ankle mobility. And so just hanging out here for a little bit of time helps the body relax. We have a stretch reflex in our body that takes anywhere from 5 to 10 breaths to just truly let the body come to ease in a lengthened position. So if you're feeling a sense of tightness, this is a great opportunity to return back to your breath. And then you'll just notice some of that tightness go away. Now in this down dog, you can always take it with bent knees, as Jason is demonstrating right here. We'll take a big inhale together, look forward, and then on that exhale, slowly walk your feet to meet your hands for a nice forward fold. In this forward fold, I'd like you to just grab opposite elbows and just let your body hang. So again, we're finding a deep stretch in our hamstrings. And to let that reflex relax, we come back to our breathing. And you can just move a little bit left and right. So you can see Jason just letting his hands go down to the floor, and just exploring how his body moves. Yoga is a lot about exploring your body in new positions, finding length, stability, and strength in those positions. Place your hands on your shins, press firmly into your shins for a halfway lift, And find a little bit of tension here. Can you engage your glutes? Can you squeeze into that lower back? And then exhale, release down to the mat. Tuck your chin into your chest. That's going to be the last thing to rise. Starting one super slow vertebrae at a time. From the base of your spine, roll up to stand. When you get up to the top, bring your hands to your heart and close your eyes. During this point of class, I invite each and every one of you joining us to set an intention. During yoga, we both breathe and move with intention. We find flow, and in that flow, we return back to the breath. And one of the best ways to return back to the breath is to focus in on the intention we set. An intention can be something you're working on, working towards a specific person, or how you want to spend this time together. We invite you to join our intention of the best day ever. We offer up this intention so that you can utilize your practice and the rest of your day to make it excellent, to fill it up with joy, to connect, to utilize self-care so that you can give back to those around you and be a part of this awesome Longhorn community. We'll take 2 breaths here to seal in that intention with open mouth exhales. Take a big breath in through your nose and an audible exhale out through the mouth. Big breath in and a big breath out. Slowly release your hands to your sides. Inhale, sweep your hands up high overhead. Right hand grabs the left wrist, and then exhale and fold over to that side. Nice easy side bend here, opening up that side as you reach up and over. Inhale back up to straight. Switch your grip and then fold the opposite direction. Folding over to the left, feeling that side body stretch on the right. Inhale back up to straight. Goalpost your arms and just take a light back bend for the first one. So you'll notice Jason here is more lifting his chest and chin than just dumping into his lower back. Inhale, hands up high. And then on that exhale, find a forward fold. Come all the way down to the mat. It's our first big fold, so take your time. Inhale into a halfway lift, create that tension, that strength in your lower half. And then on your exhale, let's find a high plank position and hold in that high plank. So as a runner, our entire body moves around a strong core. So to build up strength in your core is vital, whether you're 100-meter sprinting or running an ultra. You need that core strength to sustain. Inhale, shift your body forward. Lower down halfway. Find a slight pause. Flip your feet. Upward facing dog. In this first up dog, I want you to just look to the right and left and just feel your chest expand. As we take each stride in the run, we round the shoulders slightly forward. So to let that chest open up is an amazing feeling. Curl your toes under and send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. So we'll call this pattern our sun salutation A. We'll move through this a few more times here, linking our breath and our movement together, feeling the body and the breath and the mind connect. Take one more easy stretch left and right. Find that length in the back side of your body as we move together. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel forward. Hop, skip, jump, walk. Inhale to a halfway lift. Create space and tension. Exhale, fold down to the mat. Inhale, rise up one vertebrae at a time. Right hand grabs left wrist. Exhale, fold to the right. Find that nice side body lengthening. Inhale, back up to straight. Switch your grip. And then exhale, fold up and over. Notice Jason's reaching strong. Inhale, back up. Goal post your arms. Find a nice back bend, open up. Inhale, hands come up high. They touch above the head. And then on the exhale, forward fold all the way down to the mat. Inhale to the halfway lift. And on your exhale, find chaturanga. This is a high to mid plank, up dog to down dog. Now that can all be done at your own pace. You can skip chaturanga if you would like. You can find a plank to a down dog. You can just come into down dog. What's beautiful about yoga, especially doing it in your own home, is that there's nobody to judge you. It's you and your movement. So you want to do what feels good and what feels right for your body. Let's take that 2 more times together, finding this nice flow. And if at any time you need more length or you want to hang out in a posture longer, feel free to do that. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Right hand grabs left wrist. Exhale, fold up and over. Find that length. Inhale, come up, switch the grip. And on your exhale, fold the opposite direction. Inhale, back up. Goal post your arms. Take a back bend here. Open up the chest. Inhale, hands come up high. And on that exhale, find a strong forward fold all the way down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And on the exhale, find your chaturanga, your flow, your breath, your movement. We'll go right in. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, travel forward. Inhale, halfway lift. This is strong. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Right hand grabs left wrist. Exhale, fold up and over. Inhale, center. Exhale, opposite direction. Find that length up and over. Inhale, back up to straight. Goal post those arms. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach as high as you can. And on that exhale, find a strong hinge in the waistline. Forward fold. Halfway lift on the next inhale. Exhale, take your chaturanga, guys. Flow it out. Up dog feels great to expand that chest. Down dog feels awesome to get the hips loosened up. And now we're going to move on. So take a second here to find your center, to find your breath. Inhale your right leg high. And then on the exhale, I just want you to open up this hip. So we all know running, the hip flexor, it gets tight. But our hip flexor is such an important muscle for speed and strength. So to loosen it up and give it the capacity to get stronger is so important in our flow today. Inhale that heel high. Exhale, weave it down and through for a low lunge. So Jason right here is going to first check out his feet. He's going to make sure that his feet are on separate railroad tracks, that his toes are facing forward. We know how important the feet are as a runner. So we want to get our feet strong here. You're gripping the ground with your feet, and you're just finding this position to breathe. Take a big breath in, and on that exhale, rise up to crescent lunge. Arms sweep up high overhead. And we notice the stack. Knee over ankle, shoulder over hip, hands reaching high. Take a big breath in here and a big breath out. So we're going to build up some strength in the legs in this position. This split squat style position helps us so that we're stable left to right as we run and as we move. Take a big breath in here, and on your exhale, find warrior two. Whatever foot is forward, that hand reaches forward. Right hand, right foot. Arms are parallel to the floor. Back heel spirals parallel to the mat. And front heel is in alignment with the back arch. So again, we always start from the foundation. And our best day ever has to start from the ground up. Our first contact point when we run is our feet. So we always make sure we're in good alignment. And with that, we focus back on our core, staying nice and tall. Take an inhale, shift your body forward. And on that exhale, find extended side angle. Right elbow down, left hand high. So Jason is demonstrating a really nice modification here with the elbow on the knee. But you notice his top hand is reaching high. It's active. We're not dumping down into that bottom knee. Other modifications can be taken. Bottom arm can go straight. Whatever feels the best for you on this side. Take an inhale, reverse your warrior. So that top hand comes down the back thigh. And that other arm reaches high as though you are high-fiving the back wall. That front knee remains bent and strong. You should be feeling the quad, the VMO muscle, right in the top of that knee. Take one more inhale as you lengthen towards the back wall, reach up. And on your exhale, find your chaturanga. Hands go down to the mat. Feet go back. Up dog to down dog. Take a second here, pedal out those feet. Notice that one side feels different than the other. And as we go out for longer runs, we notice that things from side to side might not feel the same. Now, our body is not equal on both sides. So we have to focus on each side as its own so that we can bring it together holistically, so that when one foot goes in front of the other, we take strong strides, whichever foot is pushing or pulling. Inhale that left leg high. And then just open up that hip. So for me, my left hip flexor tends to be just slightly tighter than my right. So in this position, I make some circles, and I really find the breath connected to the front of the hip. Take one more inhale, lengthen that leg a little bit higher. And then on that exhale, sweep it down and through low lunge. Again, we find the baseline positioning here first. The strength in our feet, in our hands, those separate railroad tracks. We engage our upper body, our lats, our core, so that when we rise up, we do it with strength. Take a big breath in, and on that exhale, shoot your body at crescent lunge. So we have to find stability here, and we do so by being rooted down into the floor, finding a point in front of us that's not moving. And we'll focus on that point later as we focus on balance. This is a really good time to find something in front of you that doesn't move, that you can focus on that and surround your breath around that object. Take a big breath in here. And on that exhale, let's find warrior two on this side. Left foot forward, left arm forward. Back foot parallel to the mat. Gaze is slightly over that front finger. So you should kind of barely see your hand and look strong out in front. So you notice that Jason here is reaching in both directions, but at the same time pulling his shoulder blades together. So we find that really strong postural position with our upper body as we feel that burn in the lower half. Making sure that your front knee tracks over the outside of your foot. It doesn't cave inward. And we use our glute to keep it nice and strong. And we know that strong glutes mean strong runners. Inhale, shift your body forward. And then on the exhale, hands go 6 and 12. Extended side angle. Left elbow down, right hand reaches high. Find strength on this side of your body. And it's perfectly okay for one side to feel more stable or less stable than the other. Just take that side and breathe into that space. Take a big breath in and a big breath out, and let's find reverse warrior. Right hand goes down and back, bending into that front knee. Jason's going to demonstrate a bind here as well, so you can see that that hand goes behind his back. This is a little bit of an advanced position for this posture. And we invite you, if you feel strong, to advance any posture which you would like to. We'll be here for one more inhale. Reach that hand up and back. And then on your exhale, find your Chaturanga Dandasana, high to mid-plank. Jason is demonstrating an Ekapada, which means 1 foot off the ground during Chaturanga. That's one of my favorite things to do, to focus on our core and some anti-rotation as we move through the sequence. Now we're going to connect. We're going to bring all of those movements together, breath to movement. So take one final inhale and exhale in this downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. And on that exhale, open up that hip, find that strength. Inhale it back up to straight. Exhale, weave it down and through low lunge. Inhale, rise up crescent lunge, strong, shooting posture. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, shift your body forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Remember the strength. Inhale, reverse warrior. One hand down, one hand high. Notice Jason's knee stays bent. And then on your exhale, flow. Hands go down, revolve around the front leg. Jason has 1 foot up. You can have both feet down. You can meet us in a down dog. Take one inhale and one exhale. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, open up that hip. Inhale, reach it back up high. Exhale, weave it down and through low lunge on this side. Inhale, strong crescent. Can you use your core to lift your body up? Exhale, extended side angle. Back heel goes down, heel to arch alignment. Inhale, shift your body forward. Find that strong true. Clock those arms up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Use your side bodies to bend and reach. And then on your exhale, it's Chaturanga on this side. Both hands go down. Really good strength. I love how Jason looks up at the top to get that extra stretch. Let's take that one more time on each side. Now that we know the sequence, I invite you to take this at your own pace as well. If you want to move faster or slower, or one of those stretches felt great, we're just going to meet back in down dog after we breathe and move. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, open up your hip. Inhale, come back up to straight. Exhale, weave it down and through, pull the knee in. Inhale, rise up strong, powerful strength. Then we find warrior 2. Inhale, shift your body forward. Exhale, bring the arm down and up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Use your oblique here to pull the body. And then on your exhale, can you make this the most strong, focused Chaturanga of class? We meet in downward facing dog. We take one inhale here, one exhale. On your next inhale, raise that left leg high. Open up your hip. How's the hip flexor feeling? Is it strong? Are you true to it? Inhale it up. Exhale, pull your knee through. Inhale, rise up crescent. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, extended side angle. Pull the body. Find that strength as you exhale. And then on your inhale, reach that hand down and back. High five the back wall. And then just give me a nice open mouth exhale on this one as you let your body go down to the mat and you find this very strong push-up based position. Breath is strong. We find inhale and we find exhale. Inhale, take a gaze forward. Exhale, travel to the front of your space. Both feet come forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise up one vertebrae at a time. And then just take a second here to shake things out. This is a great time to grab a sip of water. We're going to go into our balancing next. And so we love a couple different balancing poses. Today, we're going to focus on one very specific to runners. So as we run, one knee is high, one foot is grounded. So we're going to take a single leg Tadasana. We're going to start with our right foot as our foundation. So for a second here, I just want you to take a look down at your right foot and just flex your toes into the mat, lift your toes off. Just kind of feel the connection you have with that right foot. That's your grounded foot. And now Jason's going to lift his left foot up off the ground here to a high knee position. I would invite you all to lift that knee up, flex that foot, and breathe. We have a couple variations we can take with our arms. We can use our running pose so that other hand is high. And if you want even more of a challenge, you can reach your hands out wide to a big Y overhead. We're here for 4 or 5 more breaths. So what's happening here is we're focusing on that balance point, hook 'em, but we're also focusing on strengthening the hip flexor of the knee that's raised. So a lot of us have tight hamstrings. One way we can loosen that up is by strengthening. We're here for one more big breath in. And on that exhale, can you slowly lower that knee down? Shake out your arms, shake out your legs. And then let's come back to attention on the opposite foot rooting down. So when we offer up the best day ever, we talk a lot about the foundation. And that foundation relies on our feet. So we take that left foot down as we raise that right knee high. You might notice that this side is tighter, looser, stronger, or more vulnerable. Jason's demonstrating a couple other positions with the arms. And here's where we're going to have a little fun and put Jason to the test. Can you try to close your eyes for 3 breaths? Take a big breath in. And yes, at home, close your eyes as well. Exhale it out. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more inhale together. And on that exhale, slowly lower that down. Breathing in and out. Shake it out right here. I want you to just shake your body, shake your mind, and just let everything relax. So when we put so much attention into one thing, it's also nice to balance that out by just feeling your body and moving it out. We're going to come back to hands at heart. And we're just going to take 3 breaths here to focus right back in on our intention. And what that balancing sequence did is that's mid-race where the mind might start to wander. And that's where we come back to a cadence, whether our coach tells us this is where you take a 1, 2, 3 step. This is where you give me a couple high knees or a shakeout. And after that hits, we have to come back to our focus. And so today we're coming back to our intention. Every time I run a race, I always intent on that I am a runner. And I think it's super important for us to focus on how we identify. And today our identification is the best day ever. It's taking time so that you can fuel up yourself to become the best athlete you can be, and then ultimately become the best person you can be. And that all starts with the control of the breath. So we'll take one together. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Slowly open your eyes, bring your hands down to your sides. Inhale, sweep your hands up high overhead. Right hand grabs left wrist. Exhale, fold. Does it feel just a little bit more open and strong? Inhale, hands up to center. Switch the grip. Exhale, fold the opposite way. Find that length and that reach. Inhale, hands up high. Goalpost your arms. If you want to give me a hook 'em here too, you can do that as well. Hands reach up. Exhale, fold all the way down to the mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. And then on your exhale, we're going to find a plank position. and make our way down to our forearms. So we have a little bit of core strengthening here. So we're finding a forearm plank. We're going to hold this for about 10 breaths. Now, what I want you to do for a second here is feel the muscles that are working. So of course the abs are on, but can you feel the glutes? Can you feel the biceps and the triceps, the lats, the hamstrings, the calves? One awesome thing about plank is that we can realize that our entire body works together. So as a runner, it's extremely important to train your arms, to train your legs and your core, and not just the stride. We're here for 2 more breaths. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Inhale back up to a high plank position and flow through one final chaturanga. Shift your body forward. And in this up dog, if it feels good to take an extra stretch here, take it. Just put a lot of work into the core. Our next sequence here is our surrender. This is an opportunity for us to let the body do what it needs to do. And we're going to take this through a half pigeon. The modification for half pigeon is on our back, which Jason will demonstrate both throughout this sequence. But we'll start with half pigeon. Inhale that right leg high. Exhale, weave it down and through so that your right knee gets in alignment with your right wrist, your right ankle in alignment with your left wrist. So Jason's wiggling into place here. He's just feeling his body, and I want you to do the same. One of the most important things about this surrendering sequence is not to go too far. We go to a point where there is a little bit of discomfort, but we also know that we're gaining something with that. You're going to feel a lot in the back of that right hip. And so if it feels really good to go down to your elbows or to straighten out your arms, you can take that as well. And for the next little bit here, I invite you to be one with the music and your breath. We'll take 3 more breaths on this side. And I just want you to breathe into where you feel the most tension. Breathing into that spot with some love. Love for the fact that you have the ability to move and run. You have the ability to create, and you have the ability to choose how your day goes. We take one more big inhale, expand into that part of your body that's holding on to tension for one reason or another. And then exhale that tension out. Rise back up to your hands. Take this slowly. Curl your back toes under. Levitate your knee 1 inch off the mat. And then on your exhale, sweep that right leg up and shake it out. So let some blood return back to the hip, to the foot. Make some circles. You can open up. Both feet come back down to the mat. Inhale your left leg high. And then exhale, sweep it down and through for half pigeon on this side. And so our modification is figure 4 on your back. So I mentioned that my left side's a little tighter, so I like to take figure 4 on this side. So if you're in half pigeon, I invite you to stay strong into the top of that leg so that your knee is in alignment with your left wrist, your ankle's in alignment with your right wrist. And if you found figure 4, you can grab for your leg or your opposite hamstring to deepen the stretch. Again, we just return back to the breath, and we remember that yoga is a breathing practice surrounded by movement and stillness. This is a time to be still. Should try to resist that urge to fidget and to truly to find that surrendering nature into the breath. talked about this earlier on, but our body needs time so that our stretch reflex can soften and allow you to go deeper. So if you feel like you've been granted some extra range of motion and it feels good, then go into it. Just feel strong. Feel your breath as we're here for 2 more inhales and exhales. As we find a big breath in and a big breath out. Slowly come up, and if you're on your back, just make your way back to your hands and your knees as we straighten out our right leg and sweep that left leg high. Find an opening in this side of the body. And this is just easy. This is just feeling good. Both feet come down. Inhale, gaze way past your hands. And on your exhale, walk your feet all the way forward until we make it to a seated position. In the seated position, let your legs go out straight. Inhale, reach your hands up high overhead. And on the exhale, hinge your body forward from your hips. We want to feel our hamstrings. So if you're feeling a lot of lower back, then bend your knees and only reach as far as your hamstrings feel the stretch. So you see Jason modifying a couple different ways here. If you just went for a run this morning, or you're coming off a speed workout, or you got a long run later today, take this one easy. Slowly come back up to a seat. Round your spine, and 1 vertebrae at a time. We're going to roll down till we're lying on our back. I want you to start with both knees coming inward to the chest and just giving yourself not just any hug, but a massive hug. Can you squeeze everything in super tight? And just feel the compression. It feels really good to compress our body. And then hold on to that right knee and let your left leg go long. Give it a big squeeze. Now with that right knee in, sweep that right knee over to the left side. Find a twist. Your right arm goes out straight. I like to gaze over my right side. This is such a nice pose. A lot of us runners feel tightness in the mid-lower back. It's because we pound the pavement. We hit the treadmill and the hills. We go out and run for hours at a time. And during that time, it's very challenging to keep the core braced and move with a perfect stride. We go off curbs, on trails, gravel. So that lower back is one of our support systems. So this stretch feels really nice to release a very small muscle that's sometimes overused in our stride. And by lengthening it and finding release in it, it gives that decompressive feeling. So we'll take 1 more inhale here. And on that exhale, slowly make your way to your back. Give that knee a hug. Roll your ankle. Bring your left knee in to meet your right. And then extend your right leg long, hugging onto your left knee. Give that a squeeze. Hold on to it with your right hand. Let your left arm go long. And find a very easy supine twist to the other direction. Now I mentioned again that my left side's tight, so this small muscle right above your waistband on the left side for me, called your QL, is tighter on this side too. So when I'm in this position, I spend my mental energy on just easing into the muscle. So I'm not clenching or overworking it, it's just this side is tight, I feel that it's tight, and I breathe into that awareness. Couple more breaths here as your body starts to just decompress, as that twist might start to deepen. Take that deepening. One more big inhale and a big exhale. Laying down on your back, bring both knees into your chest. Grab for the outside of your hamstrings or your feet for a happy baby pose here, and just shake around. This is kind of our last time to play around, guys. Nobody's watching unless you're doing this with your friends, your significant other, or your parents. So just have some fun here. Straighten one leg and then the other. Move around, feel that ease. And then we hug both knees into our chest. We give it one final massive squeeze. Tuck your chin in. Inhale, super strong. And then on that exhale, release everything down to the mat for Shavasana. And in this Shavasana, I invite you to feel the support around you. Your mat, the floor, the other people that are tuning in, your school, your friends, those that you've been FaceTiming with, your professors, your students, your parents, and everybody making an effort to support you right here. They are with you in this pose. That's what this pose is. After we surrender, we can feel the support and just become one with an inhale and an exhale. Let the eyes soften. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Come back to the intention and the breath and the intention. And just connect an inhale to an exhale consciously. Start by bringing some easy movement into your fingers and your toes. And then hug both knees into your chest. If it feels really nice for you to stay on your back, for our meditation, I invite you to stay on your back. If you would like to, you can rock and roll forward and back until you find a comfortable seated position. After the flow, after the movement, it's a very nice time to just come back and just take some time to reflect on how after the work you've become better. And if that was hard for you, that's okay. If that was easy for you, that's okay. If you already feel sore, that's okay too. As we're either in a nice comfortable seat or laying down on the ground, just reclose your eyes. Let your hands rest heavy as we start to come back to the breath. I always think about my breathing while I'm on a run at one point or another. And how it relates to the heart rate and the stride count and all the other different things. And then I just come back to the realization that I'm just happy to be breathing and blessed to be moving. And when I find that ease in the breath, I notice that all the metrics just start to work and shake themselves out. Stride feels good, feel powerful and strong. So this is time right here to just practice the ease of breath. And as we meditate today, there are no doubt going to be thoughts, feelings, sensations, and or emotions that you feel. And I invite you to have those thoughts and feelings and emotions. But I also invite you to just register it for what it is, and then let it move on by coming back to your breath. So if the thought is about your sweat, say, I am sweating, and now I am breathing. If the emotion is tension, fear, or anxiety, it's okay to name it, and then just say, I have an emotion, and now I'm coming back to my breath. And that's how the best day ever works. It's registering that we are in control of the reaction to the emotion, to the feeling, to the person, place, or thing in front of us. And we're going to focus on our breath a little bit deeper by taking a box breath. 4-second inhale, 4-second pause, 4-second exhale, 4-second pause. We've all worked through drills in our running where we have to focus on timing, and this is a really good one to just center back in on your breathing. So we start by just clearing everything out. We take a big inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue that cadence on your own. And those are counts. They are not seconds. They are not metrics that I'm holding on my end. It is just a thought in your head. One thing I love about box breathing is the space between the inhale and the exhale. Because that's where the magic happens. That's where the mind becomes full, the breath becomes strong, and that's what we can translate into our stride. And just remember, as your to-do list comes up into your head, just register it's there, and then start back over with a 4-second inhale, a 4-second pause, a 4-second exhale, and a 4-second pause. This breathing can be done before you toe the line for your next race. It can be done on an easy run. It can be done when you wake up in the morning or while you are in an exam. I always like to take things from meditation and think, how can I use this? What is the purpose behind this? And this breath cadence, just assign it to something that you do every day. Maybe while you're brewing your coffee, or waiting in line for your coffee, or logging on to your next meeting or classroom discussion. While everybody's getting ready, you say, I take 1 box breath, or 2 or 3. And over time, these breaths will become easier. The pauses can become longer. And you build up the internal awareness that you have the ability to focus back on the breath. Our inhales and our exhales are all connected. From the first breath you've ever taken until the breath you're taking right now. They've built on top of each other. There have been times of short, fast breaths on a speed run or in an argument or under any time of stress. And there have been times of long breath during yoga, meditation, a massage, or just when you're laying down on the couch relaxing. What we now take away is that wherever we are, whatever's happening around us, we can choose to come back to this breathing so that we can choose the way in which we react to whatever's thrown our way. Sometimes that is our choice, and sometimes things pop up. And during this time, while we're inside and while we're connecting virtually, we just feel the vibration and the breath of everybody else right now that's doing this with you. And you just start to feel like that person's to your right and to your left, whether that's on the 50-yard line of the stadium or in a yoga class. And we're going to finish here with a couple more of those box breaths together. So if you've completely let your mind wander, let's come back together. And if you did, the fact that you've come back right now is awesome. We take an inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. Count your 4 in your head. Pause for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 4, 3, 2, 1. The eyes remaining closed, just start to bring some light movement, and that can be a smile. That can be the ears moving, the eyelids, that can be the feet or the toes. And then we invite you to softly open your eyes. And everybody here from Nike, Jason and I from Chicago, we just want to send gratitude to everybody from Longhorn Nation for giving us the opportunity to breathe with you, to move with you, to connect with you, and to ultimately have the best day ever. Thank you guys so much. Namaste.